Welcome. You have joined Pray
to stay in the race,
as we share scriptures, testimonies, and prayer with
encouragement.
to be bold, be
strong, for our Lord God is with you.
Remember
to
stay
in the race.
Hi, this is LaTanya with Pray to Stay in the Race, and we've been going out throughout the city, the local businesses we have and different entities. And I don't know if you remember the one where I did with Danielle from the Chamber of Commerce, and it was on the F4, the Phantom. And so I'm so excited about today. This is one question I've been having, what's going on out there at the airport? And so with me, I'm going to introduce real quick. She just came up with Stephanie. Stephanie, can you tell the people who you are?
Hi, I'm Stephanie Hernandez. I'm the acting city manager for the city of Alamogordo.
And what's exciting about you being out here?
What's exciting about me being out here is I love the airport, first of all. But as far as the F4 project, I can tell you this has become a movement. It started with about 6 people around the city manager's office and lots of ideas.
Yes.
And it's grown to over 200 people, volunteers. And that's not even the, sponsors and everybody who's given their time to this project. And it's become a movement for sure. And I think it just shows we don't just support our active duty, we support our veterans in the community and any future, active duty and veterans. It's become a beautiful, uniting venture for us.
Yes. And you know what? It's a great turnout because this is the most vehicles I've seen on this road that I've traveled down here. And it's packed, the parking lots, and also on the lines out there.
Yes.
So what do you want to last say about our Alamogordo Airport?
Our Alamogordo Airport, it's a wonderful little community that we have out here. We have people who, I don't want to say live out here, but they spend a good part of their time out here and come out today. If you can't today, come out and just see our F4 and see how it's evolving. We'll probably have a groundbreaking later in August or September and, invite everybody out to that.
Good.
It's going to be an awesome monument and it's just a fantastic place.
All right. You heard that from our acting city manager.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And now how I got here was I was looking in the newspaper and I saw, they're having an open house out here at the airport. And I saw a person's name I recognize, Adam Hops. And Adam, what do you want to say about today?
It's really great to see the community come together like this, from all different ages, all in one place to celebrate the same thing is truly an inspiring thing to see.
And so what part are you out here with that you're finna connect me to the airport manager?
So I'm here representing the chamber. I'm the office manager at the chamber, and we are spearheading the F4 project, and we partnered with Mr. Troy Orr, airport manager here, to advertise the F4 alongside his open house.
And you had a couple of other people here also
Yes, ma'am.
that we're going to be talking to?
Yes, ma'am. We have Jim Wham Harkins. He flew the last F4 flight in the military.
Oh my gosh.
We have Mr. Justin Purvis, aka JP, and he was a retired crew chief. So
Okay,
we've
we'll
been
get
very
some
heavily involved.
Yes, people that are a part of this great event here. Well, I thank you, and I guess we'll get with the airport manager, Troy.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Troy, great excitement going on out here today.
Thank you. I'm very excited. We haven't had a whole lot of airport open houses here at Alamogordo since COVID a few years ago, and last year was our first open house. We had a pretty decent turnout, but we wanted to kind of combine that open house with the F4 to kind of get visibility on both. We wanted the community to learn more about the F4. Because I think a lot of people didn't even know it was here.
Yes.
And even with all the construction and the building and whatnot going on with it, I think there's still a lot of people who didn't know it was here. And so that's part of it, is to showcase the work that's been done on the F4. And then the other thing is to increase visibility on the airport itself.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who don't even know we have an airport in Alamogordo.
Yeah.
And so it's a good opportunity for us to remind people that we do. We do a lot of good work out here. We have a lot of privately owned airplanes that fly around the area. But more importantly, we have a tanker base operated by the U.S. Forest Service.
I see.
And they played an instrumental role last year in the fires up in Ruidoso, and so we've got a bigger mission here than just private airplanes. So
We got to do a podcast on the when the flood and all that with Mayor Crawford.
okay,
And when all that flooding and all that was going on, and so we saw a lot of activity of people coming together volunteering.
hmm
But so also we want to get some shots out there on the taxiway and that where some great things are happening, and we've got a lot of different vendors out there also, right?
we do,
Mhm.
yep,
So we want to make sure we get them in on this take here.
okay,
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to talk to the crew about F4 Phantom, and then if I can catch up with you a little bit and we can go around inside or something so that the
sure,
people can see what's going on here
absolutely.
at the airport. And thank you for allowing us to film this.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So right now, I believe I have Justin that is going to come here, and Justin is the one that is out here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about why we are out here, and then introduce a couple more people. Well, one more person. Justin, welcome to Pray to Stay in the Race podcast.
Absolutely.
And so now, what part do you play with this? Your operation
I'm kind of an operations lead.
lead?
Kind of oversee overall the whole planning, scheduling, resources, logistics, just herding all the cats in one direction.
Yes.
And that's everything procurement of parts, pieces, tools, equipment, as well as trying to
You got to
track
just hold that mic up.
as well as tracking down volunteers.
Yes.
We had a young man, tech sergeant from the base, who's volunteered to work with us. He himself was able to capture, not literally, 75 volunteers from the base to help sand the jet.
So that's what's going on right now. It's in
Correct.
processes of getting it ready to be painted.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Much the upper body airframe is done. The underneath still got to be done. We'll be sandblasting that in about another week or two. At that point, we have to scuff it, lightly wet sand it, and then it'll be truly ready. So in about another 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most, you come back out, it'll be all gray or all yellow.
Oh
That's the
my.
color of the primer.
Okay.
So by then, a lot of the metal fabrication work will be done. I'm overseeing pretty much all the fabrication work. I found four actually, Air Force active duty sheet metalists who are going to be meeting me here tomorrow, and we're going to have a conversation on all the work's got to be done.
Gotta be done.
So I'll cut them loose once I find out what they need, what they're going to do, what they can do, and I'll start tracking down tools, resources, all that stuff. My job, I'm actually an aircraft mechanic and a jet engine mechanic.
So now you retired from the military?
I am
Okay. Was that the Navy or the Air Force?
Air Force.
Okay.
Air Force. Now,
Aim high.
Navy did fly these, and so did the Marines.
Okay.
Okay, but Air Force, we flew them better than anybody else.
Of course.
Okay.
We're going to hear that, especially from one of the pilots.
Oh yes, absolutely. And there's a handful of Navy guys here in town that I tell them to come on out, and because the day that we actually put it on the pedestal, that's literally going to be a historic day, because this will likely be the last F4 Phantom put on a
Pedestal.
anywhere in the country.
Jesus.
So,
Now, is that going to be over at the Maverick?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, at the Maverick station,
Correct.
gas station, yes. And when do you know when that be about? Well, we'll have to just be looking out for
Yeah,
the announcement.
Just look for an announcement. It's a lot of work that's got to be done, and it's a lot of resources that we have to pool and overlap, and keep the machine moving all together. So the chamber has some target dates.
Yes.
And we're trying to stick with it, but it's a big plane.
So I want to ask you this quick question: why is this so important for you to be a part of?
Well, like this young man standing next to me, who's 2 years older than me. I grew up watching Vietnam on television, and I remember seeing the F4 Phantom a lot. And my dad, my uncle, three uncles they were all vets. And I said one day I'm going to work on that plane.
Yes.
And this is the mid 70s.
Look at that dream come through.
And so by the time it was time to graduate, my dad helped motivate me out of the house a little quicker because it was time for me to go. And I headed straight for the Air Force, and I knew I was going to do that anyway. And I ended up going to B-52s, and then later got on the F-4 Phantom at Ramstein, Germany.
Okay.
Loved working on it, and then got on a handful of other jets. Worked on 9 different jets, different locations, but 3 assignments on this jet.
Justin, can you introduce this young man standing beside me?
This young man here is Jim Wham Harkins. He flew the last F-4 Phantom sortie in all the U.S. military. That includes the Air Force, Marines, and Navy. He also flew quite a few other jets and did a foreign service exchange program with the Brits and probably some Scots and some Aussies as well, I imagine. So he's got a very storied career, flew a number of other jets, and it started for him about the same age in his life as it started for me.
you.
And the other part, he's an upstate New Yorker, so.
Long Island,
Well-
man, Long Island.
I'm gonna let you on
Jeez.
this.
Okie dokie.
And so I'm so excited to be able to meet you. And what do you want to say about this journey that you've been in?
Well, I got suckered in by JP over here, so to help out, because I did fly the last F4 flight here, and it was a big deal. The thing I learned, I didn't fly the F4 in the military. I was a
Okay.
A10 guy when I first started way back when in the 80s in Europe, and then I went to an exchange tour, flew a thing called the Jaguar in Scotland. I was an Air Force Academy guy, so I went back there, flew gliders for a while, got sort of caught in a drawdown, but I wanted to keep flying. Then I was an F-16 guy. Sort of brought me through a couple times. I was here in the early 80s and swore I'd never come back, and it didn't work out well.
Yeah, you can
So-
never stay away from
Nope.
from New
Nope,
Mexico.
nope. So what happened was I retired, and then somehow I managed to get this gig as a civilian, and I got to fly the F4. It was supposed to be a 2-year deal where I got him to the F-16, but that all changed, and our mother squadron and Tyndall decided to become F-16 drones first. So I flew this for 10, 11 years. We took it on the air show circuit, and that's when I learned how amazing this airplane is. I mean, it is iconic. We'd go to air shows, park next to an F-22, and the line is all around us, and the 22 guys are going, what the heck's going on here? Why are they not coming over to us, a super airplane? Because kids knew about this, makes a distinct noise. So Vietnam veterans, kids knew about it. They're now older. Their kids know about it for some reason, asking me questions like, I don't know the answer. That's a great
Yes.
question. You probably know more about this than I do, right? Craziness. We went to air shows for the whole last year, Oshkosh, Reno, and just eye-watering. The people actually followed the same people all the way around just because they wanted to see this thing fly. And that's when I realized that this airplane is iconic. It's special. No other airplane has this kind of history or following or knowledge.
So my question I would like to ask you is, what would you recommend to a lot of the? I mean, it wasn't just a job. It turned into something more for you, right?
It did, and it's when you get the bug. I mean, I started out like we have a glider club here, right? My life started with a glider ride on Long Island.
Okay.
My dad was a bricklayer, my mom's secretary. We weren't like rich or anything, and my dad took me out when I was like 11, and then I went, oh man, took me for a ride, very scary. Bunch of old people there, like in their 30s and 40s, you know, like back then, right?
Right.
Nah, I don't want to be here doing this stuff. I'm gonna go back and play football in the dirt lot with my buddies, right?
Mhm.
And he took me back a couple of years later, and took my second ride. Wasn't as nervous. There were some young people around, and then the bug hit. Once the
It
bug
hits.
hits, you are screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, you
You
really
can't let go. As
no.
least even with Justin, you have to come back, even though you're retired.
Yep.
It's still
It becomes your life. And
Yeah.
my dad, you know, he was happy. My mom hated flying. She didn't like any of this part. But my dad then regretted it because I'd wake his butt up every morning early. Come on, Dad, let's go. We're burning daylight. Let's go out and start some flying. And then that got me to the point where I learned about the Air Force Academy. I went there. I made it through. I graduated. Boom, got my fighters. I never saw that happening. And I never saw this happening. The fact that I retired and got to fly a military fighter as a civilian is unreal.
Unreal. What is one thing, Justin, and then Jim, and then we got the crew over there. It's hot out here, people. So we got to
Yes.
move on down the road. Justin, what would you like to say about this event? Any last thing about you, and then Jim, that you want to tell our community?
big part of this operation here is, or today's event is about showcasing aviation, aerospace, as well as STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. We know it as just tech. Nowadays, the buzzword is STEM. So to get the kids out here, to get the public out here, and to spread the word about what we do have here and what we're trying to do here at this airport is a big deal in terms of trying to, expand industry here in Alamogordo, which means expanded economy, job opportunities, schools, as well as something for the kids to do after they graduate. So that's kind of a all-encompassing approach that when we were talking about doing this, that was a big part of it. And we have one of every kind of Air Force aircraft maintainer that there is working on this project as volunteers, one of every kind. And of course, we also have the very last of the Phantom drivers, Jim Harkins.
And so, Jim, what do you want to say last as we get ready to?
It's all volunteer.
Okay.
This is not costing taxpayer money. So people are beating the streets to raise funds for this. We're selling bricks.
Yes.
You can
Danielle
donate
talked about
time. Oh my God, if you are a maintenance dude or you got some kind of stuff, we've got very smart people here. Youngsters, come on out and learn, right?
Yeah.
Manpower is manpower, and that's what it takes to get this thing done. And then we're going to have our monument over there by Maverick. Our monument to the fact that Holloman's been here for a long time. We're all working as a team.
Yes.
We are. And come on down to the airport. Take a look. I mean, there's a glider club here. Spend I'm not sure what the prices are, but probably less than $100. You can get your kid a ride. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you get that spark going. Aviation's a lovely career. It's growing. You can make a great living out of this, and it is a blast.
So if anybody wanted to connect with you guys, would they call down here, Troy, or
Contact the chamber.
contact the chamber?
Contact the
Okay.
chamber.
For the F4 or for like trying to fly?
No, for the F4.
Yes.
For your
Chamber of Commerce.
volunteers.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so that's calling Adam Hops at the Chamber of Commerce. And once again, thank you for allowing us to come into your space.
Thank you for the exposure. Appreciate it.
And let's move on and see what else is going on out here at the
All
open
right.
house.
There'll be plenty.
Oh. Well, we're excited about being here at the Alamogordo White Sands Regional Airport Open House. And so with me, I have the manager, Troy. What do you want to tell the people about you? First of all, a little short thing of how long you've been here and what you've been trying to do out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, my name is Troy Orr. I'm the airport manager here at Alamogordo White Sands Regional Airport. I've been here for about a year and a half. And it's a job. There's a lot that needs to be done in managing an airport, and a lot of my field is out here managing the aprons, the runways, the taxiways, the whole 9 yards.
So are we standing on the taxiway, or is the taxiway over there?
This is the main ramp. This is the primary apron surface for the airfield. The taxiway Alpha is right behind us, and then beyond that is the runway.
Is the runway. And so are you planning, or are you already have received money for fixing up the taxiway or any parts of the airport? What's the need here?
Well, we have a laundry list. There's a lot of work that needs to go into this airport. We just spent about $1.5 million on resurfacing some of the taxiway. It's old surfaces, and they had some major cracking along the taxiway surfaces. Right now, we're working on securing funding for the planning phase of a major resurfacing of the runway surface. And that'll be a 3-year project. It'll be a little while before that one's ready.
Happens. Yep. Now there's a lot of planes out here. You want to share a little bit about? I think you brought us to this one for a reason.
This is one of our local planes. It's a 1946 Piper Cub that they own. We also have over there, it's an Air Cam. That one is looks like they might be taxing that one out momentarily. And then we have the Aero Club has a few aircraft as well. Just sort of a small selection of local aircraft.
So do they leave their planes here in the hangars, or
We have several hangars. The city doesn't own any of them. They're all privately owned hangars. He's one of our tenants. A few of them, the smaller Aero Club planes, they stay on the ramp permanently. But for the most part, the owners here keep their planes stowed in hangars.
why particularly did you want us to look at this one?
Oh, I thought it was a neat piece of history. It's one of our local pilots, and like I said, this is a rebuilt 1946 Piper Cub, which I just thought was it's neat seeing these old planes get restored and flown.
Yes. Let's see. Anything else out here that you want to bring out or show our community?
If you wanted to show the large plane down there at the end of the apron, that's a C-130 that's flown by the Forestry Service. I mentioned earlier they're a big part of our role here, and so that they're currently on standby just in case of fire emergencies somewhere within the region.
So did you say that is that the one that went out to Ruidoso when
It would
the
have been,
fire-
yes.
Yeah, would have
It would have been. There is on the other side of that C-130 is a twin blade. It's called a Chinook helicopter. That one was actually out last week. It was up the mountains. That's the kind of helicopter. It's got the big bucket that it dunks into a lake,
yeah.
and then it pours water on the fire. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. It's good to know that our airport, our local airport, is alive.
It is
lot of
very
people
much.
don't think anything happens out here. So, but
Well, you see it right there. The Aero Club is active. They're taxiing out. They'll be flying in the immediate area. And there's any given day of the week, we've got planes coming in and out. Just
that's a Holloman, yeah, Holloman
it is.
Air Force Base Aero
The
Club.
part of the Aero Club. That is a Diamond aircraft.
Well, I tell you what, Troy, I couldn't have planned this if I had wanted to plan it. I mean, this is some great excitement to see our airport in action.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a lot of work. I worked with some members of the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Calhoun from from Holloman Air Force Base, as well as several other individuals, and we all kind of put our heads together to talk about how best to get this going and how to make it a success. And I think it's going pretty well.
So I want to ask this one question that I get asked a lot, and that is, will it ever be able to do traveling from here to El Paso Airport?
Probably not El Paso. That's too short of a distance. If our goal, our long-term goal would be to have regional air carriers come in, and I couldn't promise any destinations, but it would be somewhere like Denver or maybe Dallas or whatever, and it would just be a straight there and back.
And not even Albuquerque? That's even too short?
Maybe Albuquerque. Like once again, I can't make any promises. That would be up to the individual companies. But we do have it's one of those things that we're working on, and getting the apron patched up, getting the runway resurfaced. That's all stuff that's needed to be done in order to.
That takes you back in time.
It is. But that's all stuff that needs to be done in
Yes.
order to get those regional air carriers in. And so it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of planning, a lot of money.
Yes.
And
yes.
so that's kind of why we're doing this. We want to get the visibility out there so that people know that we're here, that they know that we want to make this a success for the community as well as the airport itself, and hopefully if people know we're out here, and they'll be willing to help make this a better place.
And to vote on the different bonds or things
Exactly, because all of the work that comes across that we have to do in order to make this place a success, all of it's going to cost money, and we get a lot of our money from the FAA. We get some money from the states. So it all costs money, and as long as we have the community support, I think we can make the airport a bigger hub.
Well, we're going to go inside, and I guess we'll go around to some of the tables that are set up.
Okay.
And see the other events that are in our city. And is there anything else, Troy, that you would like to say to the community, or want us to show the community?
Honestly, I think just the letting people know that we exist and that we're out there. We're trying to grow and develop the airport, and this could be a industrial driver for the city, if we could get the companies in here to develop the airport. And right now we're kind of limited with just the professional, or sorry, the private ownership. But I think I would love to see this developed into more of an industrial center. I know that members of the chambers have the same thoughts. So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's all I have.
Well, thank you for
Thank
allowing
you.
us to come out and hear your side of what's going on in Alamogordo White Sands Regional Airport. This is LaTanya Boyce, and we're going to go check out the inside for a little bit. So right now there's a club that we have in our city. I've been just informed of, and can you tell us, young man, what your name is and what?
Okay, my name is Maurice Morgan. I'm a member of the local EAA Experimental Aircraft Association here in Alamogordo. Our association is club number is 251. We fly experimental aircraft, home built, and other aircraft as well. And we pretty much associated with promoting aviation for the public. We're trying to get more youth involved in aviation. One of our programs is a youth program called Young Eagles, in which we once or twice a year take young people up for free airplane rides that we're hopefully getting more people involved in aviation. Aviation just doesn't seem to be the program that people are interested in anymore, young people anyways. And we're just trying to recover the enthusiasm
I see.
behind flying in the aviation.
And
That enthusiasm that people of my generation had and still have. We do meet every month here at the airport on the second
that's what we
Tuesday,
needed.
the second Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. here at the airport lounge.
There's your open invitation if you want more info on this.
Everyone is invited, whether you have an aircraft or you don't have an aircraft, or you're just interested in aviation,
Okay.
or you just want to hang around with a bunch of guys that do these couple of type things. Guys and girls. I don't want to just say guys.
Yeah. These days.
So,
Well, Maurice, thank you for that
Okay.
info and allowing us to let our Alamogordo community know a little bit more about what goes on out here at the Alamogordo Airport. Thank you. Hi, well, this is LaTanya again, and we're out now. We're going by every booth and letting people see who came out here for this open house. And right now, I'm going to let you take it away for this group.
Well, thank you very much. My name's Steve Shipley. I'm the club public relations officer. This is Todd Pinka. He's our club president.
Okay.
And we're out here just showing off what we do. And we're kind of giving everybody the experience of radio control. We've been flying out here off of taxiways. We've got an RC flight simulator in the trailer, and we're just out here having
you're
fun.
part of the radio? What?
Alamogordo RCers.
Okay.
We're a local club, and we have our flying site, which is out northwest side of town off of Mesa Verde Ranch Road,
Okay.
right past the bowling alley and the theater out that way. We have a runway out there. And
Oh, you have a
club.
runway?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We have a
okay.
full airport.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, well, how
Yeah,
did
so if you-
Free water. You come out there and sit around, drink water, and watch airplanes, have a great time.
Well, we'll have to do that. I didn't even know we had one out
Dude.
there. Yes.
For 40 years. 40
Oh
years.
my.
Yeah, we've had a
Okay.
club.
So is that mostly for private owned?
Well,
Pla-
anybody can own one of these remote control airplanes.
Okay.
Not an issue with that. Flying them is, and with our club, you have to be a member of the AMA, which is the Academy of Model Aeronautics.
Got it.
We are covered through insurance with them. We are a charter club out there. So in order to fly out there, you actually have to have this AMA
This
insurance
gotcha.
that comes with it.
Okay.
So in case you're out there drinking water and we do something terrible,
We can
we're
turn-
covered. We're covered. Yeah, we're insured.
Okay, you're
So
insured.
you're in good hands. You're in good hands.
Yeah. Well, we are so excited about you sharing this, and some people may not know about it, like I said. But what is one last thing you want to tell the community that might not even know that you exist?
Well, we're out there and we're community oriented. We provide STEM activities. We're going to be out at the Tay Center for the Big Bang event that the museum is putting on. So all the kids that come out there will get to fly our simulators, see our airplanes, and we'll be right there. Also like everybody to know that we're open to anybody with an interest in radio control aviation.
Aviation. So don't say Alamogordo don't have nothing in
Just at the
Alamogordo.
beginning of the summer, so.
Yes. Well, thank you guys, and
Ma'am.
thank
Thank
you for
you.
your supporting out here and
Right,
bringing
thank
out
you.
your information.
Oh yeah, it's our pleasure.
Have a great day. So I'm really excited about this part because we see things in motion. And so I want to let you hear about what STEM is all about.
So, hi, I'm Heather Kangas. I'm the STEM Outreach Coordinator for Holloman Air Force Base. My job is to get kids excited about science, technology, engineering, and math. I do that in a variety of ways. My program gets grants for the first robotics program, so we can get kids involved in robotics. I also
Now,
have
did they build these things?
the children.
kids?
The children built this 100%. In fact, they handed the controls over to me a little bit ago, and I didn't even know how to drive it.
Of course.
So it's 100% student built, student programmed, student, all of the things. So they come up with a plan to design it. There's a challenge every season. We don't have the mechanisms or the game elements out here, but they have to compete on different elements every year.
What would that age group be?
So this robot right here by me is built by this one in particular was built by high schoolers, but this program is 7th through 12th grade.
Okay.
But our first actually starts in pre-K. So there's do pull a box behind us that they start learning STEM with.
Come back here, Jonathan.
And then this is 2nd
Let's-
through 4th grade too.
Let's get this one. This is what group now?
This is pre-K through 1st grade do this program.
And what are you building?
I'm building a house.
Oh, you're building a house? And what's your name?
Essie,
And what's your name?
Theo,
What are you building?
a robot.
Oh, a robot. Yes. That is oh yes. And what is your name?
Noah,
Noah.
Noah.
That's a good name, Noah. What are you building? Are you
Not at all.
You're not building, you're just playing, huh? Well, that shows how it gets them stirred up and the imagination. will go.
Absolutely.
Uh,
So then 2nd through 4th graders move up into this program called First Lego League Explorer, where there's a theme every year. So last year it was ocean themed. And so they build a moving model out of Legos to show what they learned for the season. And so that's kind of what's going on here. They code the robots and
Oh
make it
my
spin a little
God.
bit. So
Yes.
it's basic coding for 2nd through 4th graders.
oh my, I don't even know how to do that. And let's see, what is your name?
My name is Miranda.
And how old are you, Miranda?
I am 15.
15. What do you like about all of this?
I like the fact that I can help kids learn more about STEM and learn how to build things that could be useful for our future.
And what do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm still searching.
Not sure.
I'm not sure quite yet.
Okay. What about you? What's your name?
My name is Ryder,
And how old are you?
13.
And what do you like about this?
I like that we get to work together with people and learn stuff and we can make friends too.
Oh, great. Now, were you involved with building this? Not this one, but you're here to demonstrate and help people, right?
They built the robot behind you.
Oh
Helped
my
build the bigger one.
God.
So they're on my high school team. Ryder's moving up this year.
Quick and come over here and let me talk to you guys. Well, I'm with some exciting people. I mean, this is the group that stir you up. These are our future leaders, people. And so I'm so excited to be here. And let's introduce down here at the end. What's your name and how old you are?
Hi, I'm Z, and I'm 14.
And Zia, which side were you working with? Were you help building this big gigantic baby over here?
I was with the small over there, the FLL one.
And how did you come up with what you wanted to build?
So we had a team plan and effort and all that, and we did a lot of research on the robot and what would be best on the field and whatnot.
So we want to tell the children that they have to learn how to read.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to have math involved in any of that?
A little bit depends on what you do. If you do degrees and stuff, and you have to add, multiply, all that.
So the best thing that we want to tell our young people is stay in school, learn, because it affects every area that you might like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see about the next. You were part of this big project in the back too, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us your name again?
My name is Miranda.
And how many people were part of the team?
There were 7 people on our team.
7 people on your team. And so everybody had something that they could contribute.
Yes.
Woo! Hallelujah. Okay, how about next? Who's next? What part tell us your name and age.
I'm Ryder, I'm 13.
And what part did you play in this project behind us?
I helped with portfolio and building.
Portfolio. What is that in detail?
It's like explaining your robot a lot more, like how you code it, how you design stuff.
Oh my gosh, that seems like that's a lot of detailed work. Yeah, you like that? Well, let's see what this program over here, let's see who we have over here now. Your name and age.
My name is Jody. I am 15 years old. And I helped.
I'll hold this for you.
Thank you. I helped with slightly building this.
Oh, you're making him move around.
Accidentally turned it off. But I helped with program this and building it. But I mostly did outreach events like what we're doing here and reaching out to the community.
To the community, showing them. Yeah. So what do you love about this?
I really like the engineering process where you're doing something and if it doesn't work, you have to retry and think of something new.
Now, you really amazed me when you said, how long you been dealing with this?
I've been in FIRST for about 8 years now. So.
About 8 years. So don't make your children seem like they're too small to learn anything. That's what you're showing me. That that was 2nd grade?
Yep, I was in 2nd grade when I started.
And look how far you've come now. Well, what do you want to encourage? What is something you can encourage some of the other young people out there that might see this clip?
I would say to do new things to see if you like stuff. When I was in 2nd grade, I tried this, I saw it, it looked fun, and I'm like, hey, this is cool. And now I'm staying in here, and I want to be an engineer when I grow up.
You want to be an engineer? Well, you're headed in the right way. Well, let's get back to your leader here. And is there anything that you want to look in the camera and tell people or invite people or what's on your heart to say?
So these kiddos work
Gotta
very,
talk
very
loud
hard.
for me.
You are looking at a bunch of kiddos that went to World Championship this year. We had 3 different programs all make it to World Championship. And
So you said that you were in some competitions and
these kids were in the first first Tech Challenge World Championship this year. Z was in the first Lego League World Championship this year, and we actually took a little kids of 2nd through 4th graders to World Championship as well. So if you're interested in STEM, or even if you don't think you're interested in STEM, come check it out because we do business plans, we do educational outreach.
Now, would that be out at the base?
No,
Or
actually,
where could
this
they go?
particular group meets at Alamogordo High School, and we have a program that is pre-K all the way through 12th grade.
Gotcha.
And so I volunteer for that, and then my job with the Air Force is educational outreach for the Air Force. And so I do STEM all day long, every day, and then I come hang out with these guys on the side.
I mean, this is some great information, and we thank you for allowing your group to be a part of us. She's down there fixing something, so that's part of all of it, right? Technology is always going to need some hand in it. They can't operate by themselves. They want to, but well, thank you guys. Thank you. Keep up the good work. And you can see we do have some good young teenagers and children in our city. And we want you to be encouraged and go to some of these events that we're announcing. And we've got another couple of more places to stop. Thank you. Hi. Well, you know, we have so much technology, new technology, and things going on with our young people that we don't even know how to operate some of it. We have to let them open it, turn it on. But with me right now, we've got a new section coming in. And can you introduce yourself and what you're all about?
All right. I'm Dr. Michelle Perry. I'm the director of Alamogordo's newest STEM charter high school. And with me is Sonia Cardozo. She is our administrative assistant at our school. We are a STEM charter high school, grades 9 through 12, and we're enrolling and registering now.
And look at that thing. I thought, what in the world? I mean, look what's coming. What is that? Where is that coming from?
That is from...
No. Okay.
That is probably from inside. Here she comes. See her holding that controller?
That must be the military.
This is the military.
Oh my.
Uh-huh.
Yes. We'll have to get that one. Okay, but this is even more exciting even too. So now tell us what it's all about.
So our STEM Charter High School is a high school that is all built around integrating science, technology, engineering, and math into the students' curriculum.
And I see at the end corner, what is all that about?
That is an Oculus Quest 3. It's a VR headset. We have at our school, we have a VR lab of 25 headsets in which we will utilize to help support our instruction.
Got you. How important is this for coming into our Alamogordo area?
So we're the first STEM charter high school to come to Alamogordo. The Public Education Commission and the Public Education Department, they consider us a charter desert in where we live. We don't have a lot of charter high schools. Charter high schools are simply public, free schools that are available just like any other school, and we have a lot of the same regulatory guidance as any other school, and we're opening here in August, and our focus is to prepare the future generation workforce and college and career readiness.
I don't know if you were the school that was in the newspaper or somewhere I was reading about how hard it was to get it started.
That is correct.
I kept thinking, I think I read something.
It was our sad sob story.
And so how long did it take you about to...
Yeah, we've been underway over a year in planning and, of course, going through all of the requirements and submitting all of the correct documents. And it's a lot of work. I'm happy to say we're fully staffed. We have all of our teachers hired. We have the most important element, our glue that keeps us together. So I'm really, really lucky and blessed. We have an extraordinary governing council who's very involved and proactive, and we're all engines firing right now.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you made it through, and looking forward to hear more great things coming out. About anything you want to say, last remarks you'd like to say?
Yeah, just if you have a high school student or you are a high school student, please give us a consider. All it takes is a quick 7-question survey. You can find us at charter-sses.org, and you can get in touch with us with any questions that you have. We'll be glad to help or answer anything we can.
Thank you for allowing us this time and moment, and advance.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Yes. Woo, so, this is the monster that came through the door at me, and I found who was behind it.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I am Technical Sergeant Kent. First name Benjamin, out of Holloman Air Force Base. I represent Security Forces, which is the base security and law enforcement, and I work in the technology side of Security Forces. And as you saw earlier, our little robot dog, this one's name is Helen.
Helen.
Helen, yep.
Yeah. And we got to get the lady that's behind all this movement. She's got to get over here real quick.
You can come on over. Yeah, and my counterpart over here, I'll let her introduce herself. She's the one behind the sticks right now.
I'm Cinnamon Ocasio.
And how long did it take you to navigate this?
Oh, I'm still learning.
Oh, you're
I've only
still
done this
you're
for a
doing
month.
good. You're doing good.
Yeah, but realistically, anyone can learn the basic fundamentals on this in about 20, 30 minutes. But it does take a lot of repetition to be very proficient, to pull off certain moves or tight corridors to walk it through and stuff like that.
So what is the main use that you use this dog for?
The main use of the robot dog, well, first off, it's made by a company called Ghost Robotics. It's a V60. And what we do, we communicated with them wanting a robot that can operate in harsh environments like the desert we have out here.
Oh, yeah.
And because a lot of our perimeter has really soft sand, it gets super hot in the summertime here. So because the dog can operate in 140 to negative 40,
Jonathan.
negative 40,
Yeah.
we use it on our fence line perimeter for detection and inspections, looking for issues with our fence, looking for people in areas they shouldn't be out there. And we don't have to be this close to operate it. The dog could be, because it operates off of cell phone tower signals.
Yes.
We could have the dog in Florida and be operating it from right here.
Are you for real?
So we will send it on missions from our office, and it'll walk the perimeter, and we just watch the computer. Because there's cameras all the way around it. We see everything always.
So I know he's gentle. I know, but well, thank you for bringing us to that acknowledgement of who this was and what it was doing.
Yeah.
But is there anything that you want to tell the community as to why do we need this airport, do you think?
Why do we need this airport? Well, I don't work with this airport directly, so I can't really speak on behalf of that. No, it's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
But I know they do a lot of good in the community with their aero clubs, their training, cargo shipments. So they do a lot of good for the community out here on that stuff. But
I'm just glad that you guys came out and you gave us some excitement going on here, and especially dealing with the kids. So that's why I was over there with the youth.
Yeah.
With that
No, I actually work with them a lot in a lot of events,
Okay.
show and tell events, because while this is robot technology used by the Air Force, and similar concepts of this is used in other branches, I like going out to local schools and events like this to get kids involved in their STEM programs, to grow the robotics and STEM program, show them that it's not just science in school, but the next generation of knowledge and growth in our community.
Yes, you're right. That was a good in statement. Thank you, Sergeant Kent.
Yes,
Have a
ma'am.
great day.
You too.
So when I first came in the door, I was looking for Adam from Chamber of Commerce to try to get something stirred to allow me to come through here and do this filming. And who did I meet but
Russ.
Russ helped me out tremendously. He went and looked for Adam, and then he came back and called him. And that goes right in line with what your purpose here today is, and that was what part?
I work at the Visitor Center at the Alamogordo Chamber of Commerce, and my main function is to greet visitors, give anyone who wants information about where to go, what to do, hiking trails in the Sacramento and Smoky Bear Forest, how to get to the movie theater, $5 Tuesday for them, and restaurants. Just basically an overview of opportunities at Otero and Lincoln, primarily Otero, but also Lincoln County and the National Park System.
So we've been talking on our journey through here about these bricks, and where do we come but right here to you?
Where you started.
Where I started. And you're finna tell us about what these bricks are about.
Well, the bricks are where we're going to put the F4. And when I say slightly, I'm slightly affiliated with the F4 project and Project Rise. basically due to my position at the Chamber of Commerce. What the bricks are for, that's going to be on the path where the F4 is going to be mounted. Now, the F4 is going to be mounted when it's all said and done on a pedestal. That pedestal will be able to hold it in place through up to hurricane force winds, 70 to 80 miles an hour. You know, the high winds that we can get here in the basin to hold that in place. So they're working on that structure at the moment. There's going to be an area, if you look at the website, I'll give it to you now. You go to alamogordo.com, city's name.com, go to Project Rise, and that'll direct you to the F4 site that I'm talking about. At alamogordo.com, you go to Rise, and then I'll show you the outlay of where the brick's going to be laid. There are 4 sizes of bricks, 4x8, which is right here, 8x8, which is double the size, and 16x8, depending upon the message you want to put on the brick and how you want the font to look. We have 2 examples here with us today. One has 5 lines, the other one has 4, and I don't know how close a picture we can get, but obviously the 5 lines is a little bit more condensed. So it depends what you want to do. I bought a brick, it's at 300. The 4x8 is at 150, and I bought a $300 brick layout because I'm using 7 lines, and I'm putting my name, my period of service, and all my kids' names, and thanking them for the support, and I love you. So
That was good.
so whatever you can put whatever you want on the brick within, come on, reason. But you can put whatever you want for a brick. For one gentleman I talked to, bought a brick, and he's gonna put his grandfather's information on there because it's a heritage with his grandpa. So he wants to make sure that's
That
reflected
was-
on there.
Yeah. So if they didn't understand all that, they're able to come over to the the visitor center
Yes, ma'am.
at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, if you have any questions about the brick, the F4 project, or Project Rise, go to the Alamogordo Chamber of Commerce or the Visitor Center. There's one there to the left and one around the side. You can get the same place, right after or before the zoo, depending on how you look at it. But we're by the zoo, and you can come in there. We're open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, Saturday, 9 to 3, and we're closed on Sunday. At that point, we will take payments and everything else that you need to get done.
And is there a deadline as to when this is able to be received?
Once we have all the bricks in place that they're going to be there, then that's it. But we're going to put spacers
in case some
so
late
that
ones
we have
come.
like 24 more spaces to
Okay.
go.
Okay.
And then we fill up. Now we got 23, 22, 21. So until it's all done.
Thank you. Well, Russell, thank you for your time and your service today.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Do you like that robot? You do? What do you think about him? Yeah? You're not afraid of him? Oh, you're so brave. What's your name?
Samuel Scoper.
Samuel, that's a beautiful name. How old are you?
5.
You're 5? All right. Is that kindergarten?
My first friend is kindergarten.
Huh?
He just graduated from preschool.
Preschool, huh?
Going into kindergarten.
You're gonna be smart. You're gonna be able to do that soon one day, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for letting me film you. Okay.
My name is Shirley Kay. I live in Alamogordo. I am affiliated with the Civil Air Patrol, which is a youth and adult program. The youth, we train them in leadership, aerospace, community, character development, safety, physical fitness, which we use throughout our lives and may not realize the importance of it. For the adults, we have an aircraft that we use for aerial search, which has a pilot, scanner, and an observer on the aircraft to check the ground. We also have ground search teams. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tom Seymour. I'm the quartermaster at the Alamogordo VFW. VFW stands for Veterans of Foreign Wars. And what we are is we're an organization, we're nationwide. We do everything from address Congress, talking about veteran issues and problems that veterans are having, or, you know, how Congress can better help us and serve us. And we help out locally. We have veterans that have issues paying their bills. We try to help out with that. We collect things like wheelchairs and so forth and try and help out that way. So we're just here to assist the local veterans. That's
And
what we
are you located right out here on the highway?
We are.
Is that your office?
Yeah, it's 700 Highway 70. Everybody's familiar with the bingo hall.
I was gonna tell you, yeah.
And I was gonna say we have the bingo hall, and then as you're looking at the bingo hall, to the left of that is our canteen, which, yeah, it's a bar, but I mean, it's a lot more than that. You can go there with your family. Veterans can talk with other veterans, issues they're having, or just what the fun or terrible day they're having, you know? You get to be with people like yourself, which is kind of cool. And then the office is across the way from that.
Now, did you serve in the military?
I did.
You
I
did? What?
33 years.
33 years.
I'm a retired Chief Master Sergeant with the Air Force, and I was a fire protection specialist or a fireman.
Mm-hmm. Were you stationed out at Holloman? Is that how you got?
No. No, I was at the end of my firefighting career, and I was living in Washington State, and it rains there all the time. And
Yeah.
I said, I for doggone sure do not want to retire in Washington State. So we just started looking for property and ended up here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've never worked on Allman.
And so how long have you been here in Alamogordo?
I've been here going on 5 years.
5 years. Okay. So do you see that the group here is really helping and
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We get veterans that come in the office, and I haven't been able to pay my electrical bill for the last 3 months. Dude, not a problem. We got you. You know, we'll help you out. And then you get other people that you just can't do anything for. You know, a lot of it depends on their are they veterans?
Yeah.
And just what's going on with them. So
Well, we double thank you. Thank you for serving, and then thank you for serving again to the community, you know?
the community's worth it, and so are you. So I don't mind in the least.
Because, as we do different things, it not only helps us or the group we're involved, but the whole
community. Yes, ma'am, it does.
right on that. Well, thank you for allowing us to
Thank you.
interview you and
I appreciate
the
that.
good work.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm LaTanya at Pray to Stay in the Race, and we want to remind you, that every part that we do is not just for the group you're with, but it's for the community. It's a team effort, and I have some good team effort people here with us. Some of them save your lives, and some of them protect your property in their job career. But right now, let's just introduce and see who we have with me.
Lieutenant John Stroop, Alamogordo Fire Department.
Fire Chief Jerry Ramirez, Alamogordo Fire Department.
And how long have you guys been a part of your fire departments?
I've been with the Alamogordo Fire Department since 2013.
13, so you've seen a lot, sir.
Yes. I've been with the Alamogordo Fire Department since 2010.
He beat you. He's
He does have the white shirt on, so.
Praise God. Out of all these years that you guys have been here, what has been maybe one of the things you most think of, or are you that something that really touched your heart, that you knew you was at the right place at the right time?
The spirit of community here in the city of Alamogordo. It's great. It's a great place to work. And the job we do, being a part of the fire department, to me, is the most rewarding job I've had my entire life. You come to work I actually look forward to coming to work every
that's a
day,
good thing. Yes,
because the thing about being in the fire department, you never know what's going to happen. Most jobs you show up 9 to 5 and it's the same thing every
Yes.
day, over and over again. With the fire department, we have no idea
Idea
what
what
we're
you're
going
gonna
to be. And so that's exciting.
Yes.
And being able to help our community is the main part.
So For example, just to elaborate on what Lieutenant John Stroop spoke of, is we not only train on fire suppression to do medical and suppression of firefighting, but like this, community involvement, being out here today, being able to interject with the people, talk to those folks, get to see all different walks of life coming through here, getting to see the amazing aircraft and be out here as
Yes.
community involvement. So that is huge within the fire department.
So, do you guys have anything to do with our airport out here? Because some people say we have an airport. Some think it closed down and all that. But do you have any part that you play out here?
Yes, ma'am. So directly to our right, we actually have a fire station out here.
3.
So the fire truck that's housed out here is what's known as a RIV,
Is
a
that what
rapid
this is?
intervention vehicle. No, ma'am, it's going to be the yellow one around the corner. So that apparatus is designed for airport crash rescue. So it has certain chemical suppressants in it that can handle jet fuel or avgas or anything like that. It has foam and it also has water. So that rig stays out here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So we do, even though it's not a commercial airport, we don't have, commercial flights coming in, paid flights, stuff like that. Most of the airports or airplanes out here are privately owned.
Yeah.
So we don't man this station. It's just houses the fire apparatus. Now, in the event that this would ever go to a commercial type airport,
You would have.
we would have to have a manned airport fire presence out here. So a lot of the planes that we're concerned with out here, this is also a slurry fill point for doing suppression drops on wildland fires.
Yes,
So
we talked
that's
about
we
that.
have some really large aircraft down
that-
here at the other end.
Mhm.
And that was one of the things I just checked on today, was went down and was able to talk with the pilot of that plane, and we're going to be out here on Tuesday, and he's going to give us a tour of that plane. That way we're familiar with it in the event that we have an emergency out here. So
Oh, but with listening to what both of you said, it reminds me that fire is no respecter of person or thing. It can happen anywhere at any
it's an
time.
equal opportunity employer. It doesn't care who you are, where you live, how much your house costs.
Right.
It'll affect everybody the same.
Yes, sir.
So the unit that you just actually walked over and took pictures of, that's our aircraft rescue firefighting apparatus. That's a ARF, aircraft rescue firefighter, ARF, and then it's a RIV, it's a rapid intervention vehicle. So it's of the smaller sorts for aircraft rescue firefighting apparatus. That's what's housed in this bay right here at Fire Station number 3. So as we were talking a little bit earlier to your counterpart, talking about Lieutenant John Stroop, so outside of the fire department, men and women have secondary, third jobs, things of that nature. So Lieutenant John Stroop actually is a contractor, a general contractor working on a construction company. So with that, he actually knows how to build buildings, be able to look at buildings, and how to determine what they're made out of materials and how that's going to react under fire. And how to suppress that. What's going to happen when that building catches fire? And he can go into a little bit more detail on that. And then after he's done, we'll talk about this aerial apparatus that's standing right behind us.
Yes, so building construction is one of the main parts of firefighting. Being able to understand how a building's going to last or how a building is constructed also lets us know how long that building may last under heavy fire conditions. So that's one of the main dangers of firefighting is structural collapse of a building. So being able to look at a building, read a building, tell what type of construction it is, helps us in our suppression activities as to whether we're going to stay outside the building or if we have time to actually go inside and do proper search and do extinguishment from the inside of the structure.
So we'll cover this ladder truck or aerial apparatus that's behind us. So this is a 75-foot stick, is what is properly called. And this is an aerial apparatus. So when we have to make rescues or suppress fire on second, third, fourth stories, that's where this apparatus comes into play. So being able to get up there and properly know how to set it up, when to set it up, and the distance wise that we're able to use it, plus being able to hook up to hydrants, pump panel, and that's where these young men come into play as our firefighters. So they're not just trained on suppression activities, they're also driver operators because they've got to know how to drive this to the scene safely and with crews in the back, and then also set it up and be ready to fight fire. So it's one of our machines that we use in our fire department, along with the many aspects of other units that we have apparatus.
So the way we have this truck set up today, it's set up in a rescue position. So if you look up at the top of the ladder, you'll see that it has a red tip on it. That red tip is designed out of steel instead of aluminum like the rest of the ladder truck. So that red rescue tip, we can actually tie ropes to it. We can do rescues from it. We can also use it to break out windows on a second, third, fourth floor. So the actual water cannon we have slid back. So the ladder's set up in its rescue position right now. So I can put it on a roof or I can put it through a window. But if I'm going to use it for suppression activities, before we deploy the ladder, we'll hook the water carriage to the tip and then we'll be able to spray water from the outside. So it works dual purposes. We can use it for rescue or we can use it for firefighting from a high elevated point. All right, joining us now we have firefighter Michael Collazo and firefighter Isaac Lujan.
So yeah, she just wanted to kind of ask us about how our career's been and whatnot. I've been with the department for about 8 years now, and yeah, love it. Got into firefighting and never really had any experience before, but especially working here in Alamogordo, we were such a small department that they gave me all the tools that I needed to pretty much get my career kick-started and whatnot. All the schooling I needed to go to, and they definitely taught me a lot. A lot of these guys, like Isaac here, he started about 6 months before me. He had volunteer experience and whatnot, and he honestly taught me a lot just with that little experience he had. So yeah, it's definitely been fun. Ran several fires, car accidents, get all kinds of different types of calls. That's the beauty of the job too, is one day is never the same as the next. So always get something different. Just more like a safety thing. Just, yeah, watch each other's back, look out for each other, have home safety drills, all types of stuff with your family and whatnot. Make sure your safe zones, where to get out, what to do in fire situations, stuff like that.
I would just say, like, to the citizens of Alamogordo, just it seems like they do have our back quite a bit, and just appreciate that.
So you two and your team is vital in our community, and just want to take this time and say thank you, thank you, thank you for all the places
Thank
that
you.
you go and be.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there one last thing you'd like to say to our community about anything that you feel?
Just thank everybody in the community. We've got a great support staff with the city of Alamogordo, all of the supervisors, directors, managers, the commission that support us as the fire department for the city. So by them supporting us, then we're able to support the community and give back out to the community and the citizens of Alamogordo.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to talk with
Absolutely.
you. And thank you for everything you do in our community.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm LaTanya Boyce, and stay in the race. We want to pray right now to end this segment, this episode. I mean, it just amazed me how God moves and our steps are ordered of Him. And that's with every department that we've talked with today. Their steps are ordered. They have to be at the right place at the right time at the right moment. And some of them are in those spots to save lives, and everything depends on what their movement or judgment calls for at that time. That I just want to pray for all these groups. You know, Pray to Stay in the Race is a podcast that I do go out to local businesses. I do go and see stories behind them. I do go and see what's going on in our town. And today was the open house. I picked up the newspaper. My mom still gets a newspaper. And I picked it up and I saw at the bottom it was talking about the open house here at the airport. And I thought, God, that's what I've been trying to get, is an interview with it's called the Alamogordo White Sands Regional Airport. And I've been wanting to do that. And look, everything was just right lined up in place. I want to close with this scripture. It says Psalms 100 verse 5, "For the Lord is good, His mercy is everlasting, and His truth endures to all generations." You know why now that I know why I got this scripture is because throughout this podcast, this episode showed all different generations, the current generation, the future generation. I mean, that robot dog was something else, technology. So that generation that's coming, that the Lord is good. And so I do thank everyone that has been a part in helping us put this episode together. That God loves you, God has a plan. What is it? Jeremiah 29:11 says, For I know the plans that I have for you, plans that will not harm you, but plans that will give you a hope, a future with hope. And so I just the veterans, just everyone that we got to speak to, the fire department, and I didn't get to everyone because I read the letter too late. But anyways, any of you that were part of it, God bless you, and keep our airport up in prayer. And one other last thing I want to say to all of you, as God is going about his business, it becomes your business too, because you're making our community a better place. And so upon this last note, I just want to remind you to stay in the race.